August 13th from Greenville, live on ABC. New York and Pennsylvania fighting for the spot from the Mid-Atlantic region, and the first haymaker has been thrown by the girls from Long Island as we head to the second inning. Jenny Ritter, how is Pennsylvania going to respond here?
I think they have to respond one pitch at a time. It's about connecting. This is a Pennsylvania team that has been hitting the ball well. They've found a way to push runs across. They've got to believe that they can do it first, and then they've got to work to push one at a time.
The manager's daughter, Cam Forgione, grounds out to second. One away. Find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles @Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. One away for Anna Clementoni. She swings at the first pitch again. Remember, Olivia Feldman retired Pennsylvania in the top of the first inning on only 7 pitches, and that aggressive approach continues here in the second inning for PA.
Nice off speed there. And remember, you're going to get probably the best pitch that you're going to see, maybe that first pitch of the at-bat. So to stay aggressive and really just drive and go and attack that first pitch, it's a good game plan if you can barrel up the ball.
And then the fastball gets the swinging strikeout, her first K of the night.
There's a great setup for that pitch, and off-speed first, and coming in on this pitch, it's just off the corner. Not a strike, but enough, close enough to get Clementoni to fish for it.
How about that? Olivia Feldman about as efficient as you can be in the circle so far tonight. Top of the second inning followed a 7-pitch top of the first inning. Olivia Feldman has kept Pennsylvania at bay, while New York, after having scored 6 in the bottom of the first, comes back up with the 11, 12, and 1 hitters in their lineup. Jocelyn Vandenberg leading things off. Well, that's a good start for Ariella Bell after she got bounced around quite a bit. And it wasn't like they were punch and Judy hits. They were hitting line drives all over, including back-to-back-to-back doubles by Feldman, Urker, and Long. First strikeout of the night for Ariella Bell.
And that's where Bell can really settle in, just go and attack this first batter. Exactly what she did there, up in that zone. Vandenberg swings underneath it. You're at the bottom of the lineup here. This is a chance for Bell to really take back control of these innings.
And as you mentioned, Jenny, it's a big spot, you know, and you don't know what's going through a 12-year-old girl's mind when she knows she's on ESPN with a spot to go to the World Series. And what we saw out of her in the first inning is completely atypical.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I mean, take TV out of it. Just think about, like, the high stakes of getting to the World Series. That's enough stress in its own right. Put it on ESPN, and all of a sudden, you might be thinking about a lot before you just get out there and focus on the one pitch you need to throw.
Emerson Moore facing the 1-2 pitch. Swings through the changeup for out number 2.
That's a good example of the great changeup that Bell does have. So even when you know it's coming, Moore really sat back and really took the time. You saw that minor second pause, and yet still couldn't connect with it.
And so now back to the top of the order we go to Alexis Fontana. And again, you're not losing track of numbers. There are more than 9 girls in the batting order, as we have had a big rule change this year, continuous batting order replacing mandatory play. So every one of the players on the roster gets to start. Obviously, they can't all play in the field at the start of the game. They can be defensive replacements. And so now the leadoff hitter, Fontana, batting with 2 out and nobody on. A two-out walk puts Fontana aboard, and this comes after Bell had showed signs of settling down. She had retired, Jenny, 5 of the previous 6 batters.
Yeah, and that's the second time she's walked Fontana as well. You've got the second time through the lineup with this New York team who really hit Bell well in inning 1.
There's Olivia Feldman, who hit a booming double her first time. Throw to second. And the ball got through. It's a stolen base on what was a good throw from the catcher, Gabriella Cara.
Yeah, Cara thought it was a good throw, too. You could see it beautifully in that glove, just thinking tag before that ball is secured. Grambo just waited half a second longer to get that ball in the glove and then put the tag down. Could have been a close play there at second base.
That could have ended the inning. Instead, you've got to deal with the number 2 hitter, Olivia Feldman, the first of 3 straight doubles last inning for New York. Lifts this one in the air to left. Long run and a nice catch on the move by Michaela Murphy. We head to the bottom, or the top of the 3rd, excuse me. The series finale between the Yankees and the AL East leading Orioles at Camden Yards, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with Baseball Tonight's Sunday Night Countdown. With Jenny Ritter, I'm Doug Sherman in Bristol, Connecticut, here at the A. Bartlett Giamatti Little League Leadership Training Center. And Pennsylvania looking to claw its way back into this Mid-Atlantic Regional Championship game. But to do so, they're going to have to figure out Olivia Feldman. Jenny, through 2 innings, she has thrown only 13 pitches, 10 for strikes.
Yeah, she has been absolutely efficient. She's found a way to get the job done. And I think what's interesting here, and we talk about it, Doug, is that we typically see that there will be a change in the pitching staff the first time through the lineup. Once that is done, they will go and move Fontana in there. But Feldman's doing really well.
Grounded to Van Skyler. High throw. The out recorded. Long able to keep her foot on the bag.
Another good ground out here.
Number 1.
And Skyler getting in front of that ball. Yeah, this throw is high, but Long keeps her foot on the bag, secures the catch. Again, Doug, like, I don't know in this situation if I would pull Olivia Feldman out until it looks like she's getting in some sort of trouble. And I understand the MO of what happens here is to switch it up.
Off the end of the bat, Washko. Feldman gets her. Again, 2 quick outs. Yeah, I agree with you, Jenny.
Number 00, Regan West.
We have another defensive switch out in left field. Kylie Longero played D the first inning. Ava Rios came in and played left field the second inning, and now Kylie is back out there. Now 0-0. Reagan West with a good cut on that fastball.
Yeah, great cut, but that pitch just kind of moved and jumped up into the top of the strike zone right over her bat.
Now, Olivia said in her questionnaire that she filled out for us how grateful she is to her parents, Jennifer and Ronald. Mom is a cardiac ultrasound technician, and Dad owns a Snapple room. And Olivia also wanted to give a shout out to her pitching coach, Liz Weber, and her travel coach, Bob Yap. That goes off of her glove, gonna be trouble, and it's an infield single.
Feldman did everything she could to time this, to try to get it on the fly. It just gets off of her glove. Fontana fires it to first base. Closer play than I thought it would be.
Slow roller to third. Van Skyler makes it look easy. Another quick, efficient inning. Still 6-0 New York. Want to see some girls with game? Well, tune into the excitement of the hashtag Summer of Softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. And we heard during that break between innings, manager Forgione saying to Ariella Bell, AB as they call her, we need another scoreless inning out of you. They're not getting too far ahead of themselves. Just if you're on defense, put up a 0, and if you're on offense, chip away. Sienna Urker, high and deep to right. That'll be extra bases once again for the power-hitting catcher for New York. To third, the throw, and she slides in safely as the ball gets away.
How about the power we are seeing from Sienna Urker today? This one's going deep. Havenstrait does a good job going back on this ball. They do a great job as a team getting this ball back into the infield. Ball bounces away. Beats Urker there, but Urker's safe.
Well, she's 5'9" already. Doesn't turn 13 until August 31st. Her manager, Richie Eaton, says she's the smartest kid I've ever coached. And again, Sienna Urker was a highly successful baseball player in Massapequa last year. She said her favorite memory was going to upstate New York to Cooperstown and hitting a home run playing baseball, but she wanted to switch to softball this year. And my goodness, this team from New York is so happy to have her.
And there's no doubt that New York showed up to play here today. This is the best offensive output I've seen them have the entire tournament.
Remember, the first time these two teams met Sunday, it was a 1-0 nail-biter won by New York. They put 6 runs on the board in the first inning. And this young lady, Abigail Long, had an RBI double. Fly ball to right. Tagging at third, Urker. She's going to score. It's a sacrifice fly by Long.
Productive at-bats are keys to winning. Abigail Long, sack fly, get this ball enough in the outfield. Heads up running by Urker to come back and tag. And hustle through and score. Another run plated.
Kylie Longaro swings at the first pitch and fouls it off the screen to the right. Well, Sienna Urker, the hitting star so far tonight for New York. A 2-run double and a run scored in the first, and then a leadoff triple here in the third. And she's come in to score on a sacrifice fly, 7-0 New York. Longaro puts a charge into it, and that'll go for extra bases. Murphy gets it into the cutoff, and they hold Kylie Longaro to a loud 1-out double.
I'll tell you what, this pitch up in the top of the zone again. Longaro sends it deep. Every single one of these New York batters that have been able to get extra base hits have been tagging that pitch that's up in the zone. And that's something that Bell has been surprisingly effective at throughout the rest of this region, is hitting the top of that zone, getting batters to swing underneath that pitch, but not New York right now. They're getting enough barrel on it, they're getting on top of it, and they're driving it.
Yeah, 5 extra base hits so far, and they have all been shots. Emma Brown, you see she had an RBI single in that big 6-run first inning. The 2-0 pitch is popped up to second. Risholi puts it away. Well, coming up next, it's the Northwest Region Championship scheduled for 9 o'clock Eastern between Bend, Oregon and Billings, Montana. That will be the nightcap of what has been a tremendous morning, afternoon, and evening of championship softball on ESPN. Wall-to-wall, 6 championships covering 12 hours. There's a seeing eye single that sneaks to left. Nice job by the left fielder, Michaela Murphy, to come charging in and hold Longaro at third base.
Number 14.
Great job by Van Skyler to get herself to first base. This one, yep, just getting through that infield, finding a way out into left. Longaro's unable to advance all the way home there. Runners at the corners here.
After the Cassie Van Skyler hit, she runs down to second on the pitch. Eden Tessa-Rere with her second turn. Good eye, the pitch that was up.
I like that pitch. I thought it was at the top of the zone. I think you sensed some frustration from Kara and Bell. The battery here, just wanting to know where that pitch went.
Foul tip held on to by Kara. It's 1-2.
Even when that changeup, again though, doesn't come in as a strike, it sets up your next pitch so perfectly.
Popped up to short. Grambo makes the play, and that retires the side. Still, New York in control, up 7-0. Here's our next ESPN WNBA game Sunday afternoon. It's an East Coast-West Coast matchup between Brianna Stewart and the Liberty and Nneka Ogwumike and the Sparks at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Coverage tipped with WNBA countdown at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. With former Michigan Wolverine Jenny Ritter, I'm Doug Sherman. Bristol, Connecticut, the site for the Mid-Atlantic Regional, and for the folks rooting from Pennsylvania, we've seen them have so much fun here this week, but they were trailing tonight in the blink of an eye 6-0, and they just keep trying to chip away. And they have the top of the order to begin the 4th inning. Riley Grambo, Ariella Bell, Avery Rasholi, and they are facing Olivia Feldman out there for her 4th inning of work. And why not, Jenny? She has been great.
Yeah, as we were on the break, I was half hoping, I hope to see Olivia Feldman go back out there, because to me in this scenario, she's really earned this opportunity to continue in this game. And I understand pitching plans and the idea of giving yourself a best chance to win, and I don't think that in this scenario, Fontana going in there would necessarily be a bad move. I just think that there was an earned opportunity here for Feldman, and I'm glad to see her back out here.
She gets ahead of Grambo. 1-2. Grambo hit a fly out to left field her first time.
Grambo is one of these hitters to me, Doug, sorry, that I think can really spark this offense if she can find a way to get on base. Has a lot of energy when she gets on that base path. Good things happen after she gets on.
Yeah, those are great messages on that sign we just saw there. You are enough. Stay positive. That's the message for the girls from North Pocono Dandelion Little League in Moscow, Pennsylvania. Rambo fights that one off and stays alive. It's 2-2. That ball's ripped deep to left center field, and what an over-the-shoulder catch by Vandenberg.
I'll tell you what, that smile says it all from Vandenberg, but this ball looked like it was way over her head. Just a beautiful full extension reach by Vandenberg. Gets the ball in the glove, shows it at the end to say, I got it. Look how excited, the energy that brought this New York defense.
And you know, in the last half inning, Jocelyn struck out, and the look on her face made you think, ah. And then to see 10 minutes later her make that brilliant catch, and the look on her face is so uplifting. It's really fun to see.
I don't know, that if she understands the depth of the value of that catch. To me, that could have been a deep enough hit that kind of put a shot of adrenaline in the Pennsylvania dugout. And instead, it takes it away.
The batter is Ariella Bell. Takes a long look down to third base. She lined out to second base her first time. 3 balls and a strike. Well, there is Mama Bell, Leah Bell, and her face kind of tells the story. Her daughter has had an atypical night so far. That ball ripped up the middle. That's more what she's used to from AB. A 1-out single. Pennsylvania trying to chip away.
Number 15, Avery Mascioli.
Bell just such a competitor. Gets her barrel on top of this pitch, drives it right back up the middle. Right past Feldman there in the circle.
Well, after barely laying a glove on Feldman the first 3 innings where she was working fast and furious, we have had back-to-back well-hit balls to begin this 4th inning for Pennsylvania. Now the dangerous Avery Riscioli, who singled in the first inning. Riscioli's the 3-hitter in this lineup. She looks at a ball down in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and second time through this lineup now that we've gotten back to the top of the lineup this inning. It's about making little adjustments. You've seen the pitches that Feldman can throw, and you've got to capitalize on a good strike.
That's a foul ball ripped by the young lady who her manager, Philip Forgione, says is the centerpiece of her offense. She got a high softball IQ. She won the MVP of the Pennsylvania State Tournament. And she's part of a core of 7 returning players to Bristol this year from the 2022 Pennsylvania State Champs. Riscioli pops it up on the infield, and the pitcher makes the play.
So a lot of bounce back there by Feldman. When I talk about resilience, when I talk about what it takes to come back, it's about you give up a hit, you get an infield pop fly, that runner can't even advance. That's great resilience.
Gabriella Cara, first pitch swinging, long run, and missed opportunity. Emerson Moore couldn't quite make the play. Well, Gabriella Cara has a special member of her family rooting section. She's been in the stands, although I should say he's been in the stands. Her pet dog, Gizmo, who has some red hair dye. Apparently, oh, Gizmo's wiped out. We were told Gizmo, yeah, Gizmo was going to be wearing a red tutu, we were told, but I think Gizmo's had enough for now. Whoop.
Oh, we heard his name.
You can see the red streak of hair up on her head, or on his head, excuse me. There was a sign made to correct us, to let us know that Gizmo is very much a boy. There it is. Gizmo wears a tutu for his girl, number 22. Well, we have a courtesy runner at first base for Bell. It's Avery Riscioli who made the most recent out, and so she allows for Bell, the pitcher, to head back into the dugout a little bit early. Pitch gets away, and that courtesy runner moves into scoring position. First time Pennsylvania's gotten anybody to second base yet, Jenny.
Exactly. It's a good place for them to be because you find a way to get a runner in scoring position, come through with a timely hit right here. That can change the dynamic of this game. Right here, a good hitter to make it happen.
Grounded to short. Fontana makes the play to first. No runs, a hit, and one spectacular play in defense by Jocelyn Vandenberg. It's stuck in the glove, and it's all New York right now.